Here we have a spreadsheet for Exponential Bet new betting filters showing minutes to post, and these are showing Betfair starting price. This is covering every strategy available at Exponential Bet, either betting MTP or BSP. As in, you can have Place Link Multi, Sure Favs, Racing Lays and Bet Focus, which are the 4 strategies available at Exponential Bet. And you can see the results here if you run each of those concurrently, either to MTP or to BSP. You can look at the past 12 months betting for all of them concurrently here for MTP or BSP at the bottom tabs. And you look at the individual results for each strategy, how they've done, betting minutes to post or betting BSP. So all that information is available here for you on this spreadsheet, and it is available to download at Exponential Bet. If you head over to the blog, at the time of publishing this, the blog that I'm about to finish off and upload this video to will be available, and it's called Exponential Bet and IPBC Result Assessment. Scroll down and you'll be able to download this spreadsheet there. So one of the reasons I've made this video, other than just to give you an overview of what the spreadsheet is and the tabs and everything, which I'll do next, is to show you how to use these blank tabs and look at the data and assess it in more detail. But just to be completely clear before I do that, if you look at this example, which is Bet Focus, you can see that over here for each of the strategies there is a line at the top showing RT, which is running total, and a line at the bottom showing DD, which is drawdown. So at the line at the top, if I click that, you see the running total is here, BSP RT, and you can see how the balance has changed over time. If you scroll down, that information is there for you and available. You can see that the money goes up and down over time as the bets come in. The bet profit and loss here that are losing and then winning and losing and winning to make the running total what it is over time. You can see the position of the horse, how it finished. Bet Focus is a backing system, so really you want them to win in the win market. So you can see these horses won, and you can see the price that they won at, which is the odds. And as it's BSP, that will be the published odds. That's the BSP profit and loss. Sorry, here's the odds. So that all corresponds, and it all combines to give you the running total that moves over time, as does the drawdown. So if we go back up to the drawdown, you can see that the highest maximum losing point for the service, the maximum amount of money that was lost before it began to recover over that period of time, occurred at sell, was it 1294. So if I scroll down, sorry about the eyes, and they can be jarring if I scroll down, but I just want to get down here as quick as I can. So was it 1294 approximately? So you can see this is the highest point of drawdown. It's actually here, 46.92. Yeah, that's it. So this was the point where the balance dropped the most over the entire timeline, which was on the 19th of August. And after that, you can see that there was a series of winning and losing bets, and the drawdown overall began to reduce again, which is why I recommend a sensible starting balance to ensure that you reach these targets, but you also allow for these moments where the balance dips. These figures over here, you don't need to worry about. They're grayed out, and these combine to make up the formulas These are on every tab. You'll see them. Don't mess with them, otherwise it'll break. You can always undo what you've done, but these are just for formulas. Everything else should be quite self-explanatory, hopefully. And obviously you have your stats over here, which is the total amount of points, drawdown, total number of bets, wins, losses, strike rate, return on investment, average odds, winning days, losing days. Hopefully that couldn't be simpler to understand. And that applies to all the tabs across here. Now, before I get on to how you can use the blank tabs, let me just make it completely clear. In-Play Bet Club has 2 tabs here, and I debated whether to put these in or not, but then thought, yeah, put them in, because I know In-Play Bet Club members are itching to find out more about the settings that will be in operation for them when the update is complete. So there is a new setting being applied from Monday for In-Play Bet Club members, and that is added here. So it's 2/3 of the 3 strategies that will go into combine and make In-Play Bet Club selections. So this shows the fixed stake for In-Play Bet Club and the BSP results here. Now, neither of these results have got anything to do with Exponential Bet results over here. The only results that combine to give you these outcomes are Place Lay Multis, Sure Favs, Racing Glaze and Bet Focus. And you can subscribe to any of these over at Exponential Bet, either individually or using a one subscription option, and you get all of them with that option. But each of them are available on their own or as a combined package, and that's what these figures make up. But In-Play Bet Club is a closed membership and it's limited access with invitation only. I've got no immediate plans to invite any more members because we're creating a new website for the service, so that is something completely separate. But these are the results for 2 of the 3 strategies that will be in operation for In-Play Bet Club, for both fixed liability and one for fixed stake. So that's for members of that service to examine and completely separate. Now, to wrap up this video, because I don't want it to be too long, you have some blank tabs at the end. You've put 5 there. You can obviously copy these if you wanted to add under the tab. Just create a copy. There you go. You drag it over there, and then you can just rename it. So I'll call that blank 6. So I've got 6 blank tabs, and this has got the formulas here. So let's just do a hypothetical scenario. I've already put one here where I've combined Place Lay Multi and Sure Favs for MTP, and the same again for BSP. You can see here the results for it. Pretty good, actually. So if you were looking at the overall results for Exponential Bet and you thought, oh, this spike, I maybe want to do something that doesn't have that sort of level of volatility. Well, what I would say to that initially is that can happen at any time. That could have happened down here, wherever on the timeline. This can happen. Considering the high volume of bets, the points accumulated over that timeline of 1,672, a drawdown of 43.86 is actually pretty good. But you can see that the drawdown had consistently sort of had its highest peak around the 20s, and here there was a definite jump that has corrected itself right the way back down, but there's a definite jump up to 43.86. So this was caused by 2 services, which would be Racing Lays and Bet Focus, which you can see at the end of their timeline, where they both had difficult betting periods at the same time. And if you're running a betting portfolio, different strategies running concurrently, that can obviously happen, where you can have strategies that are doing very well, and then other strategies will have an off day, but they'll come like buses and have them at the same time. And this is exactly what's happened in this scenario here, which is more it's more of a standout for MTP than it is for BSP, because the BSP was a little bit more consistent around the sort of the higher levels for the drawdown, given that it is a fixed liability bet. So if I combine, if I think, okay, well, I'm going to take them out, and I would prefer to only run place, lane, multi and short favs, which have had a more consistent timeline. Say that was just say that is your logic. That's fine, and you can see that is the case. So I want to take that out. So what I would do, I would then go over to place, lane, multi, MTP, go to one of these blank tabs here, so that is there, that's ready for me to paste in. I would go over to MTP, and I would just highlight the data, left click on the data, and move over to column G. So I'm highlighting all of this from A to G. Then you've moved down, drag it down all the way. The further you move down, the faster it goes, so be warned, it can fly past. So there you go. So you can see there, that's column G, all 100% highlighted, that quick. If I just copy that and put that on that tab and hit paste, you see it populates. So place, lane, multi, MTP has now populated. You can see it's gone on the graph. Now, say I wanted to copy short favs as well. I thought, okay, yeah, I want to run just place, lane, multi and short favs. So I'm going to get one subscription and just run those two services. But I want to see over this timeline how the performance has been. So the same again, just press the left mouse button as you go onto this cell, move it over, drag it over, and just column G, drag it all the way down. You can see on the left hand side we're getting to 2023, 24, so we're coming up to it now, 24. There you go. So stop, make sure it's highlighted, right click, copy, move over to the blank tab again. Now you're going to want to put this at the bottom. If I go down here at the bottom of that data and then paste it in. Now if I go up, you see that that has now populated, but that's not done because this is not running in the right date order, and you want to see how that would work running it as a portfolio day to day. So you just click on the top column here, which is A, I think it's just out of shot, to highlight it all. Click on data, click on sort, expand the selection, yes, so click sort, and here click on the drop down and click date time, click OK. And when that's done, it's combined both strategies running in date order. So that gives you an example how you can assess different strategies running concurrently. And you can see there it's running in date order. And they're just working together. The back and lay strategy, one in the place market, one in the win market, never going to collide. Now you could look at this and think, well, I don't like that line. If you don't like that line, completely understand. So just highlight the line, go to the scroll bar on the right hand side just out of shot, and go all the way down to the bottom. There's probably a quicker way of doing this. I'm sure Nigel the wizard would know a quicker way of doing it, but I'm just going to give you the very basic quick sort of Ryan's way of doing it, and just highlight it all so it's all covered. Then just press the tab button, see, and it just tidies the line up for you. Do that we'll do it for the drawdown again. So if I just go all the way down to the bottom, see on this little corner, if I roll the target over it, it just becomes two little arrows on the edge. So when that happens, press the left button, drag this all the way up. The faster you move the mouse up to the top, the quicker it is. So it'll zoom all the way up, highlight the area, and then press the tab button on your keyboard, and it'll tidy it all up. So what we have here now is short favs and place lane multi, MTP, and running concurrently over the same timeline. And here are the stats. You've got 718.83 points, a drawdown of 15.28, which is what you're looking for in the hypothetical scenario. Less drawdown, more consistency with the losing periods, that they stay around the same level. So maybe you're thinking about investing a different sort of sized bank, maybe less points, so you want a much lower drawdown, and this gives you that reassurance over this big timeline of data. And this is the stats that you're looking at. I've already done this for BSP as well. This is how it stacks up. It's actually more profitable. Drawdown's quite similar as well. So yeah, so you got PLM and SFM, and say you wanted to rename that, you just right click on it, rename it to whatever you want. So you just call it, say, I'll just call it rename, press enter, and there you go, you've got a tab. I've already done it here for PLM and SF for MTP and BSP. So that is how you would combine strats to show you the data if they were running together. And of course you can do that with any combination that you like with the information supplied here. Now, another thing that you could look to do is you could think, well, I just maybe just want to see what days of the week are more profitable for each strategy. So if you did want to do that, you can do it, of course. So let's have a look at Place Lay Multi BSP, and you have another blank tab here. I've told you how you can create more. But if we just drag that over here and put it there, and then we would just copy it. So I'm just going to copy this blank tab now, as you can see, and I could rename this to whatever I like. But in this scenario, I'm going to rename it to, I'm just going to move my mic, sorry. I'm going to rename it to PLM Monday, BSP. I'm going to rename this one to PLM Tuesday BSP. I'm not going to do every day of the week. I'm just going to show you an example of how to do two. So we've got the PLM full overview results here. Now we just want to look at Monday and Tuesday. Now if I was to click on the, see here where it is DOW, day of the week. If I was to click on, select all to unhighlight them and click on Monday, that's not going to give you all the data there. So, but it has split these up, so it's just showing Monday's bets. So if I do the same thing where I highlight over to the G column with the profit and loss, go all the way down, highlight the area, copy it, put on this tab that we've created for PLM Monday BSP, and copy it into there. There we go. You can see that Monday created 35 points, got 10-point drawdown every Monday. That data. See, so that's the full, that's every Monday over that entire period of time. That's now been copied and extracted from the profit and loss for PLM BSP. And you can see it's only generated 35 points, and the drawdown is actually quite high for it. So you're like, okay, so you want to see what Tuesday is like now. Maybe you want to do this for every day of the week. So we just untick Monday, and then we tick Tuesday. Make sure you scroll all the way to the top. Highlight the same area over to column G. And then we will get this all the way to the bottom. Copy it, and then we'll put it on PLM Tuesday BSP, which is a tab we've created. Paste that in there, and when that's in, we'll have a good idea of what it's like for Tuesday, which is more points, 45.53, and a total drawdown of 8.04 with the other stats that are available for you there. So that gives you a better idea then. So if I just put this back onto select all, we look at the entire range of points. So if we look at this 401.76 points for BSP, we know that on Mondays we can see that the total number of bets, and we can see that it generated 35.01 points in total from all the Mondays over that entire timeline. That is the number of points it contributed. And we can see the same for Tuesday. Do the same for the graph, tidy it up, etc. And that's just a couple of examples of how you can extract the data from this result sheet and look at it in any way that you want and try and use it to your advantage when betting with these automated betting strategies at Exponential Bet using the new filters that are in operation. That's it. That's all I wanted to show you today. Any questions, drop me a line. You can email me at ryan@exponentialbet.co.uk. I am on holiday. I know this will be out of date, anyone that's watching this video later on, but I am on holiday now till the 7th of October 2024. So if you do email me, there will be a delay in the reply, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. Obviously, if you're watching this after that date, just email me and I'll get back to you typically within 24 hours. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Take care.